Hi everyone. তো সবচেয়ে প্রথমে বিজয় দিবসের শুভেচ্ছা। আসসালামু আলাইকুম and namaste. তো my name is Sajid Amit. আজকে আসলে এই ইভেন্টটা নিয়ে আমরা মানে যেটা আমি বাংলা ইংরেজি মিলিয়ে বলবো. So this event took a lot of thinking and planning, as you might imagine, right? So this is a marquee event we do. It's called the Water Credit Forum. A lot of you might be wondering what water credit is, etc. So, and you'll get to know all this as you unpack this event in the course of the day. কিন্তু এটার পিছনে যে পরিশ্রম গিয়েছে, it's not just because of this event, it's sort of a culmination of everything we've done so far. We have been in Bangladesh since 2015, so it's not a long history per se. কিন্তু এই অল্প সময়ে we have reached about 80 lakh people with water and sanitation. We have done this with a small team. We've done this with a very innovative model called water credit. So in case you're wondering what water credit is, I'm sure this will be unpacked, but essentially our founders figured out that by adopting this Bangladesh-grown model of microfinance, there's a way in which you can provide water and sanitation, which a lot of us take for granted here, to the poorest of the poor, and also not just the poorest of the poor. I would say roughly 50% of the people we serve are the poorest of the poor, but generally the base of the pyramid. আজকে সকালে আমি একটা ইউটিউব ভিডিও দেখছিলাম, and I would encourage all of you to check it out. It's a video where Trevor Noah, a very famous American comedian, interviews our founder Gary White and our founder Matt Damon. I'm going to দেখছিলাম just to get inspired, right? Because I don't usually take a lot of notes for my speech, but I feel like I still do my research, right? So I দেখছিলাম. So some of the numbers that were shared on that video were staggering, and I think I wanted to share these numbers with all of you. মানে আমরা যখন ঘুম থেকে উঠি, when we wake up in the morning, we take water for granted, right? But just imagine if you woke up in the morning, what is the one thing that if you didn't have, you wouldn't survive? It's not clothes. It's not anything but water. It's not the internet, I assure you. It's water. So we take it for granted, but for about 1 billion people globally, water is not accessible every day. So what does that mean for these people? It means that a pani jogar korar daitto, acquisition or acquiring water, this responsibility falls upon women usually. In most countries all over the world, in most developing countries, women are entrusted or given the responsibility to procure water. This amounts to 200 million hours of walking that women have to do globally to collect water. Onek khetre, children are given this responsibility to collect water. This amounts to 440 million hours of school days lost because of waterborne diseases and because children actually have to go and collect water in many villages, in many countrysides, right? মানে আমি যদি আমাদের একটা গল্প বলি, আমরা রিসেন্টলি একটা ডোনার ভিজিটে গিয়েছিলাম. We went on a donor visit recently, and so we were just talking to some of our female borrowers. কথা বলছিলাম আর কি, তারা বলছিলেন যে মানে অ্যাভারেজে তার 25 থেকে 30 মিনিট হাঁটতে হয়. They have to walk 25 to 30 minutes to a neighboring village to collect water. এবং ওখানে the family from which she's requesting water often gets annoyed, irritated. She gets a container of water, carries it for 20 minutes. The first person who uses it is her father-in-law and then her husband. By the time they're done, a little bit is left for the children. By the time the children are done, she doesn't have water to use. So then she goes to the lake nearby, and depending on what part of Bangladesh this is, it could be arsenic contaminated. Okhane she is using the water for cleaning, sometimes for consumption even. So this is the reality of Bangladesh. This is the reality of many of the 11 countries in which we work, all 11 countries in which we work. So we figured out that, we take water for granted, but it's not to be taken for granted for most of the people. So we work in water, sanitation, and hygiene. We work in WASH. What we have found, though, is water, sanitation, hygiene is integral to how, and providing it and making sure it's good quality is essential to fighting climate change. A lot of people have asked me, how is climate change connected to water sanitation? I'll borrow a quote from our regional director, who is going to come after me, and I'm sorry I'm stealing your quote, Manoj, that if climate change is a shark, water is the teeth of the shark. কারণ আমাদের যদি চিন্তা করে দেখেন নর্থ ওয়েস্টে যখন ড্রাই ওয়েদার স্পেলস হয়, পানির অভাব হয়, মানুষ কিন্তু পানির অভাব বা পানির কোয়ালিটির ডেটারেশনটার মাধ্যমেই কিন্তু ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জ এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করে। সাউথ ওয়েস্টে যখন আর্সেনিক কন্টামিনেশন হয় তখন কিন্তু পানির মাধ্যমে তারা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করছে ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জ। এবং পানি থাকলে কিন্তু যেটা হচ্ছে, when a disaster is over, they have the capacity to build back their lives. So it starts with water. Water connects with climate change, water connects with gender, water connects with children, water connects with education. And our studies have shown that people who have availed of water credit, which is our product, there's a positive correlation of household savings. কারণ যে সময়টা তার সে ফিরে পাচ্ছে, the time she's getting back to collect water, from collecting water, she can spend on livelihood generating activities. আমাদের হাউসহোল্ড যারা আমাদের সাথে কাজ করেছে, যারা আমাদের কাজে বেনিফিটেড হয়েছে, দেখা গিয়েছে যে তাদের হাউসহোল্ড সেভিংস দুগুণ। So it's not just, we're not just, I just wanted to emphasize, and I hope I can say this with humility,